Hi, you all. Welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a Taurus reading. So let's get into it here. I do have a clothing line, so be sure to go check it out. Check in the description box below. Check out my Instagram and my Facebook. Okay, so let's see what's going on with you, Taurus. We have the Page of Pentacles here. And we have the Knight of Cups, the 4 cups here. So you could be offering, I feel like Taurus, you're offering an opportunity to somebody, but somebody doesn't want to take it. Okay, like Spirit is actually showing them that, you know, this is rare. Okay, so I do see that this person is going to be on board eventually. Things is moving like very quickly for you. Okay, with this person, with this subject here, you guys could be like, somebody's name could be Troy, or there's one about Troy that could be significant. Okay, we have the Magician in reverse here. So nothing's happening, but just like, you know, like, what's that term? Iron out the crinkles, the wrinkles here. Okay, because someone needs to understand that, you know, this opportunity that you're giving to them is actually pretty good. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. I was not supposed to take that, but I'll take it. I'm gonna take the cards that comes out like that too. Yeah, so we have the Queen of Cups here and also the Queen of Swords in reverse. So these are two people that are not talking, Taurus, or you're not in tune with your feelings nor your discernment. Okay, yeah, these are two people that are not talking to each other, but I just feel like there's a lack of awareness, a lack of awareness, understanding, discernment in terms of how something actually is a really great opportunity, or something is a great opportunity. I was gonna say, or was. Okay, we have the Death card here too as well. Like, y'all need to get y'all facts and y'all knowledge straight. So I'm seeing, Taurus, like, you're moving off from the situation because you're just like, okay, this is going to take some time. Nothing's going to happen. Like, someone just has to know how, someone or situation just needs to know that this is a really great opportunity. Okay, so you end up, like, moving off from that. I don't know if you, like, live somewhere or you're married. But I'm seeing that that's being worked on. But what's coming to the forefront, Taurus, is the fact that there's a lack of emotional intellect here, a lack of passion and discernment. That's the 4 of Cups energy. So you end up moving off in the situation. I don't know if you're frustrated or you're just like waiting. But at the same time, I feel like you end up needing this opportunity or needing these people to like come around is what I'm getting. King of Cups here. So this is somebody who's like wise, level-headed. Okay, Temperance is in reverse. I was reading the cards like I was clarifying it the other time, but we're going to go with what I'm feeling intuitively. The Temperance is in reverse here. So I feel like this is you, Taurus. Like, you end up being level-headed, clear-minded, and you, like, take a step back and you're just seeing, like, how the situation is. Like, these are people that just is not in tune. They're not in alignment. Okay? I'm also seeing something like a phone call. Maybe like the iPhone, not the new iPhone, but like the iPhone in the future. Maybe getting an iPhone in the future. Maybe the phone call is like horizontal instead of vertical. Horizontal is like, you know, left to right. Vertical is up and down. Okay. Knight of Pentacles is here in reverse. So I see that you end up like, yeah, you end up like trying to figure out how do you go about a situation on the physical realm. In the physical way, like, you're like, I guess you're trying to figure out like, okay, if you can rely on your mom or your dad, or you can rely on someone, like, you're gonna have to fend for yourself. And with the Knight of Pentacles, like, you are figuring things out here, but I feel like you're connecting with the wrong person. You may want to connect with this person and or situation because you want to have your cake and eat it too with the Devil here, but You're connecting with the wrong energy. You have the lovers here. Yeah. So I don't think this is wise, Taurus, because you're creating a choice in love rather than staying with the other person and their situation. Now, if you don't want to stay with them, then this is why it's coming up here. But we got the lovers and the devil. The devil is something where it's like, no, keep feeding the energy, right? The lovers is like, no, I want to go the other way. But the problem is, this is a really weird and wonky, okay? The problem is you change into being a different person. You changed it to being a different person, and that was the King of Cups. That's your original's energy counterpart in terms of like best friend. So you are actually your best friends or anybody who is like close to you. You're like in their energy. So no one's in the King of Pentacles energy for right now in your sweat. King of Pentacles can't provide anything because these people are not qualified. Okay, so now the problem is you end up changing your energy, and you said to the situation, I'm gonna give you some time, when you're not creating a time dynamic here with the Temperance here. Time is up in reverse. You create a situation where you have another choice in love. Now, if you want to do this, sorry, I'm under the weather. If you want to do this, that's great. That's fine. I would just say you're gonna get in trouble. Okay, you're gonna get in trouble. Because I feel like the type of like devil, the type of person you're messing with here, I feel like this is somebody that saw you or have plans from a mile away, let's just say. Okay? I feel like this is somebody that's trying to fuck it up, because it's like, remember, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, which is like a figure of speech, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, this is somebody that's like, okay, well, you want to play games, you want to scam, in other words here, then we will scam. We will do this practice here. So this person will probably tell you, don't be alarmed, but this person will probably tell you, hey, we're going to go to Las Vegas. Oh, change of plan while you're on the highway already. And let's just say hypothetically you told this person like, oh, I don't go to California. I don't go to LA. You know what I'm saying? This person says, oh, my loose self, we're going to go to LA. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, you either stay quiet and, because you and this guy have been having a great time, okay, with the devil here, and the Knight of Pentacles, like, and the lover's energy. Maybe you probably was like, yeah, I'm going to chill here and then go somewhere else. I don't think that's wise. The Knight of Pentacles is here and the Three of Cups is here. This is definitely strategy. I know, I'm aware, I'm discerning. The Queen of Swords here. This is the type of person this is the energy that would have been if you were dealing with the Queen of Swords here. Now, I just would say, I'm not going to make this a long reading or anything like that, because I feel like you guys are like, I know. So do you know what this person's up to? Because this person's doing a lot of like, oh yeah, I said I don't fuck with this guy, I don't fuck with this girl, I don't like people like this, but then all of a sudden you start seeing this motherfucker start fucking with these girls, fucking with these guys. And you probably like, okay, yeah, I'm out anyways. You keep doing this shit, you're not going to be able to get out. I do see it, Taurus. You're not going to be able to get out because you signed the contract. You know what I'm saying? That's like, oh yeah, I want to be a singer. Now you got a 7-year contract. And now they picking on you in the group, or they bullying you in the group, or they bullying you at this, excuse me, at their job. And you can't get out. You can't get out. Now you got to show that you don't have the credentials. You got to get fired or terminated or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go to court. Y'all probably like, oh, I'll just make sure that I won't get into situations like this. So then you got to wait. You have to wait. And you have to, because the people that you fucking with, these people are really, like, I'll leave your ass right there. Don't play yourself. Like, you lucky like all these fucking cops. You lucky like, because I will. Me and my friends are like that. You know what I'm saying? I will leave your ass right there. But because you in that King of Pentacles energies and all that shit here, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, y'all probably also heard that somebody could have went through a situation like this too. So if they did this to this person, they would do it to you. Don't get it twisted. And I'm seeing that you're next, Taurus. I'm also getting like Taurus. If you go back and you end up doing some shit, I'm sensing a negative ass energy, Taurus. Okay, like you could be really toxic. I'm not gonna hold you, and somebody knows you're gonna come back and you're gonna be emanating this energy of like how you used to be. They not for that shit. Like I'm really getting like if you were scared of something, this person is not. I'm gonna really do it. They will do it. They're gonna do it because you're not pissing them off. And I'm also getting something about your family, like your father's side, your mother's side, or somebody that's allowing you. They know that this is ammo, like you ammo. This is crazy. Taurus, I don't know why you're doing this here. What's going on with the Queen of Swords here and the Queen of Cups here? But they're not even facing each other. Like, and I feel like it would have been nice, Taurus, if you would have gave them some time to figure some shit out. And I do see that things is like I do see this as a brighter side because you're coming in as the Page of Pentacles. Like, listen, I'm willing to help, give credentials, give my assistance. But that's crazy, Taurus. I'm not gonna hold you. So if y'all working, I mean, if this is at a job, like I'm not saying that the company is bad. I would say like the company's okay. The company's not bad. Okay, the Four of Wands is here, Eight of Wands is here in reverse. It's just saying that like the people in the company need some time, and it's not bad. I just feel like it's like if you're impatient and you want to go have your cake and eat it too, like maybe like do drugs and you're not supposed to be doing drugs, for example, right? I mean, you could change the game, you could change the policy, but it's like, is that the type of person, is that the type of situation that y'all are in? You know what I'm saying? Like if the company is like all doing weed and drugs and crack cocaine, like all right, cool, but it still would be light because it's like, okay, well, we eat, we fuck, we drink, we do drugs, whatever it is here, and we make up, you know what I'm saying? But you just be like, nah, I don't got time for that shit. Like, you go swing to the other side, and motherfuckers is leaving you and bring you to a side that you don't fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't swing that way. Now, Taurus, you may be like, well, I've never been in this predicament before, but you could be also in an energy where it's like everybody's been in a predicament before. You thinking now, oh, you gonna have your cake and eating it too, just staying on the side and just let us work this shit out. You gonna have to get the street credit and be on this other side too. But then you like Taurus, like, okay, well, like you over here and you Taurus, you over here and you're like, well, I don't want to do that. And if I get the street credit and I do that, then I'm gonna just keep going down the rabbit hole. And you probably may be like, fuck it. Or you may be scared, but at the end of the day, the whole point of this energy is maybe you should be where people, places, and things. Maybe you should do it a bit different. Like maybe you should not wait and have your cake and eat it too. Like maybe go to somebody that is willing to work things out. Maybe go to somebody or a company that is great. Maybe somebody that works on themselves. Like, hey, like go to somebody that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like the way how I just went down that spiral, like, and then I was like, ooh, that's dark right here. And then I went right back up and I went right back here. And I'm like, okay, let me go back to the top. Okay, and it's like maybe we shouldn't go down that rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things, Taurus. I really feel like Three of Cups here. You shouldn't be hanging around this energy. You shouldn't be hanging around this energy. You shouldn't be hanging around this group. Don't do it, Taurus. Seven of Cups is in reverse. It's pretty clear and it's transparent. You know where people are going. You know what the options are. You know nothing gonna come of this energy. Damn. And that's that, Taurus. I feel like you are saved here. Like you have an opportunity, but you're going to have to change your personality, change your energy, change what you look like, what you smell like, and just be open again. Like I feel like you need to be open again. And you just like, no, I like it. But when motherfuckers is leaving you at a ditch, at a dunch, or, when you still got to keep being on your feet and doing all this shit here, like you like it because your ass haven't gotten caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like it because your ass is like, but when you get caught or when you go down that rabbit hole, or like for me, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I do shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to do shit, and now that, like, I know y'all like, oh, now you got a kid, now you got the, but it's so true though. Like, some people be talking out their ass. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's not even the fact that I got a kid, because I like, I'm gonna be here talking like I'm about to talk about my kid. But no, like, now that I'm where I'm at right now, in my life. And I'm like, damn, I was doing mad shit, like with my ex-boyfriend and just back in the days and shit like that. And I was like, you know what? Like, I kind of like doing things the way that I'm doing now. Like, I have my own place. I have dreams, I have aspirations. Like, I think for me, I would have just worked at my mom's house, and I would have like ended up saving my money and working on my business and doing the things that I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could go back in time, but I wouldn't, because I have a kid now, because I like it, but like, I would have did that, but I for some reason, like, I just honestly wasn't privileged in a way where I could stay at my mom's house forever like that. And I think if I had a house and all that extra stuff, maybe things would be different. But if, like, for me, looking back, I think I would have just went to school and got a job and bought all the things that I wanted to buy, do all that extra stuff here. And I was doing that too. Like, I was working, I had a boyfriend at the time, I was into things, and I just feel like those things that I was into, like the family events and like things that I should have been done or slowed down in, I think that was a replacement for a job for me. And I did have a job, and I ended up not liking the job. But then now I'm looking back and I'm like, you know what? It would have been nice if I would have like practiced and studied. But I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like, you know what? I want to have children. I want to get married. I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, like, I don't know, like, maybe he wasn't the one. Maybe he wasn't, like, because where I'm at right now, like the person I'm with now, like, I'm able to do all those things and not feel like I have this pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like, oh, I need to go to school, and I want to go back to school, and I don't want to do certain things because I have this pressure of him, and on top of that, I think maybe it could be because too, like, my ex-boyfriend, he dropped out of college, like, for financial reasons and his own excuses, so his own reasoning. So we're not gonna get to that. But yeah, but this one, I'm like, I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that I think that he was like maybe someone that was not a good influence for me. I think the one that I went here, like, he's a way more good influence in certain departments. In certain departments, okay, in certain departments. He's way much more of a good influence than the other one, because he was also raised like in a way where, like, I think maybe it could be an environmental thing here, but he was also raised like, and that's the one I have a child with. It's not like, I have a child with this one, and yes, I do prefer it to be the way it is right now. So. I do prefer it to be the way that it is right now. But yeah, like, his financial situation, my financial situation, our love life, our sex life, our education life, like, everything is very much like, it feels like somebody who they want to invest in themselves. Well, my ex-boyfriend, he was kind of trying it out, and I was not trying it out. Like, I was like, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to be on YouTube. I'm going to be on social media. And I did everything that I wanted to do. Social media, views, all that extra stuff here. College, friends, living it up, doing everything. And I just felt like he was like this, like, this cloud. And I was like, you're a part of this cloud world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a part of this cloud world. You're a part of this cloud world. And I'm like, you having all of these things here. It's amazing. What's and I think that he just wasn't looking to invest in his life. And honestly, I brung like a girl around, like a best friend of mine. She was an ex-best friend now. She's an ex-best friend. And that was her lifestyle too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they both dropped out of college. They both were into certain things that I was not into. I was like, I'm not going that deep, honey. I want to go back to college. I want to go married. I want to do all that. I'm not doing that. And then, like, he just ended up being in this job where it was not really about investing in thyself here. It wasn't like, I don't know what they were doing, but the vibe that I got from him, I'm like, okay, so you get paid, this money, this job, you don't want to go back to college, you don't want to get your own apartment. He was just like, no, like, I'm still finding, I'm like, okay, you can find yourself and get your own place, your own apartment. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but this is not a good job. You're going to have to make it a good job and find a corporate job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a corporate job now, or and the job that I'm in, they easily transition you to being a teacher and a DOE and everything. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they need teachers. Also, too, me being in the medical industry, I'm on it, Ruddy. That's the medical industry. Also, in the grooming industry, these industries that I was in, on it was certificates and license. Like, it was easy, and they paid for you, and then some of them will also pay out of their pocket for you, the manager and everything. Like, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I was like, I don't really know. But anyways, that right there, that for me, it just didn't work out, because I was just like, yeah, I want to continue investing in myself. Like, I want to continue doing this. I'm like, yeah, like, I love also the song Nas, I Know I Can, and I love the part where he says, watch the company you bring and the crowd he said, watch the company you keep and the crowd you bring, because they came to do drugs and you came to sing. Like, not just those specific words, but like, when you are in that energy where it just keeps building and building, like, you're gonna definitely see the crowd that wants to do drugs and you're gonna see the crowd that wants to sing. I was definitely that crowd where I was like, I want to keep investing in myself and making myself better, while he was just like, I just want to take a break, or whatever he wants to do. He's still finding himself, whatever. And I was like, this was not going to work out. And then I also, his family also too, I'm just looking at my ex-boyfriend's family, and I'm looking at my family, and I'm like, my family is also that way too, but we are dreamers. Like, we would still go out and go do things, His family, they're already in certain professions, and maybe that could also be what it is, but it's like, and it's not everybody, but I don't know. The whole, listen, because what went down is the energy, okay? The profession that they're in here, teachers, cops, whatever it is, business, entrepreneurs, whatever it is here, it was just one of those situations where it was like a lewd, okay? Like, it was like, okay, I'm in this profession, but it wasn't like, okay, what can I do to expand my business? It was more of like a sadness, like a Five of Cups energy, or like, oh yeah, like, I'm hype, It was more of like a get together. And if the group is not together, then I'm not together. And I'm like, looking back at it from now, like, it's not a negative thing, but it's one of those things where it's like, I think for me, with my family, I think my family being where they're at right now, even though I don't really get along with them, but like, where they're at right now, I think I would prefer them being like in this like idle energy for the time period, and then being in this like dreamer or hopeful energy, like, aiming for themselves. It's like, my family reminds me of like the solar system. Like, they all have their own orbit, but we all are moving, our solar system is moving. You know what I'm saying? It does work out. Where I feel like my ex-boyfriend's family, it wasn't like that. It was kind of like they were like asteroids, you know what I'm saying? Like, floating around like Saturn, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like that. And I was like, and these like conversations, and just like me personally, just dealing with my ex-boyfriend was just like, I don't want to go down that road. And it was just a lot of arguing, confrontation, and everything. And I was just like, and also too, like, when you're in relationships too as well, like, if you find yourself arguing or living in this confrontational energy, you have to understand vibration and frequency. Like, sometimes you would get aggravated, or sometimes you would feel a certain way or do certain things because there's a vibration, there's an energy tugging on you, letting you know. Like, oh, I know you're cheating on me. So you start doing things, start wearing certain things, like, sometimes people say things in the collective energy to let you know, right? But sometimes you'll have that vibration and or feeling. And you start arguing, you start feeling some type of way. Sometimes it's the planets, but also too, the planets affect people. So understand your vibration and frequency, know thyself, and you will actually understand that, you and this person are maybe going on two different planes, two different sides. So it's important to check up with each other and, see where things is at. And if this is somebody that's saying no and no and no and no constantly, then yeah, like, you guys are going your separate ways here. But it's not pretty much black and white with energy and vibration. If you can show that person, or show that person and or frequency a different side of life, then yeah. But everybody has their free will. Okay. I just think that for me with my ex-boyfriend, not just talking about him, but like me, my ex-boyfriend, and the past situation, just like everything, because it wasn't just about him, it was about everything that I was doing. And I was on the extreme side. Like, I was like there, you know what I'm saying? I was just so, like, I remember just sitting there just like, what the fuck? Like, it's so much. Like, it was, like, I was high. It was on a, like, it was crazy, honey. Like, for me, but it was a lot, because I know my energy and I know it's a lot. Okay, so I just, for me, like, it was just not it. But I'm telling you this, Taurus, because I want you to, like, really just understand. If you don't want to listen to anything else in this read, if you don't want to take anything, I would really say you don't gotta listen to the song Nas, but like, just hear that line. Watch the company you bring and the crowd you keep, because they came to do drugs and you came to sing. Like, it's pretty transparent, and you're not gonna feel like, oh, I feel like, no, you're gonna like feel it like a boom in your chest. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, it's solid as a rock, like. And that time, when you feel it like that, that means that it's a tower energy. Like, you should have seen the signs, or kind of like, put your own conclusions together, you know what I'm saying, about this person and or situation. So make sure, you get that, you grasp that, and find someone who is like able to go in and out of octaves, right? Going in and out of your energies, read you intuitively, experiment with you, and stuff like that. Okay, but I wish nothing but the best for my ex-boyfriend, for his family. Like, I'm just so grateful. Like, I'm very grateful that everything wasn't, I mean, it was pretty bad, but I'm so happy that I landed up here. I feel like I'm so bad. I feel like I said that, but I'm so happy that I am where I'm at right now. And I'm just so happy that, like, also I'm not dealing with an energy where I was just so on a high, you know what I'm saying, mind, body, and soul, and I was just doing things, and I was just like, that was not okay. Like just the energy too, like, that I'm in, it's just like, I know you're not okay. Like, I know you don't like it, and I know, like, it's great, it's nice, it's way more healthier. And if you're like, oh, so how old? He's a year older than my ex-boyfriend, so like, it's not really that far-fetched, honey. Like, it's pretty much like, yeah, okay? Okay? So I'm just grateful. But I just feel like, Taurus, if you're doing drugs, sex, monies, escorting, prostitution, if you're robbing, thefting, or manipulating, blackmailing, what's it called, embezzlement, stuff like that, like, just like, you will feel light, and you will feel like you're on the right track. Okay. There's a lot of people on this planet too, so like, be nice, be considerate, be generous here, and go somewhere else, and actually go invest in yourself, whatever that looks like to you. Do the right thing for yourself. Okay. If it sounds like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, then maybe it's a duck. Education, college, health, wealth, being around people, positive, less arguments and stuff like that, or just somebody who's level-headed and trying to work for themselves here, trying and doing. Yeah, you don't be with people who, like, that motherfucker's a thug. That motherfucker don't want to work or do anything like that. He not doing it. Yeah, you can talk to him and spend time with him, but, come on, was that really wise a decision? Like, was that smart? And you, like, somebody prancing around, going around, like, yeah, that's what no. Like, no judgment, but, like, let that person grow, okay? Because in the end, they calm down, you know what I'm saying? They calm down, and they get to the space where you're at, okay? So, no judgment. I just really want you to go back and go invest in yourself, because you came in the institution, you came towards a person and a situation with an offer. And if you faked it, you manipulated, I would say to not do that, okay? Like, just be as authentic and true as possible and do it the right way, okay? Okay, so that's all that I have for you. I hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe, to share. Look in the description box below. See that's all offer you. Check out my Instagram. And until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye.